All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those great obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness with separate from suffering and safely. Have established them in the still ones past perfect complete precious of Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those great obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness be separate from suffering and safely. Have established them in the still ones past perfect complete precious of Buddhahood. Dala dang wara zebe da no bara zebe ge tarba dang dam je jebe barda ju bara zeba dam je zo zebe mananga dang yambe zenje dang je dewa dang de dongara dang dara nyorda lana me ba yanda bara zobe zanjo rumbuj to bara jorje. Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Under death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Khandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excelling order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the noble Dakas, the Dakinis, and the Dhamma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdoms. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the example of a Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas invested in enlightened mind and progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhichitta and apply myself to accomplish this stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excelling, I take refuge under enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May there is economy free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samanthabhara's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind, are posted to them, multiply in my body as many times as they are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as they are atoms, surrounded by countless Buddhas, thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting is present in the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offerings to them of fine garment and perfume and pop arrow, pour eyes, moon, meru, and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and the most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I post it to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samantabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pachika Buddhas, those who have attained Aharasya, those who have tired the path of Aharasya of other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest river of Dharma as light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending pass into Nirvana to live long for as many eons as they are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Banzamanga. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and is strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the Spirit Mountain, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. As the Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as the Buddha fares. To the Lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer water, inner and the sacred offerings, with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization, enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, For the sake of enlightenment of our sentient beings, or these are dedicated on Guru Rena Mandala Banza Manga Saman Sawarena Samaya Home. I call refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradara, with the I bow at the feet of Father Njiti Songong, continue nothing with no one but you. Conversion, one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the true way, and the combination, according to this possession, the likewise, the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom takes at his heart. He has a compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance in the losing of charm of karma. This through 60 branch of Araman's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cast settling of suffering to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva from his pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels of the perfecting the body or knowledge. A supplicated human gesture adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabasana, Om Arabasana, Om Arabasana, Om Arabasana, Om Arabasana, Om Arabasana. Om Wange Yoram, 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 Om Wange Yoram. You are the perfect, beautiful body, was filling all wisdom blesses, and the dispel darkness of worldly ignorance. I posted before you in the press to Manjushiri. So now we go to the Sadhana, Soul Kalaya. Lineage prayer, page 4, lineage prayer, engage blessings. O progressive Lord King, the Zangbo Dorje Chu, Soji Dorje Lord King, the three supreme components, the 9 karmic sons, particularly Nanam Dorje, I supplicate you to clear away outer and inner obstacles. Treasure river gauge dense ligding dorje, Nagawang po pema ton tensar, leveling by the pema wanji. I supplicate you to clear away outer and inner obstacles, King over Rat, terrifying karm Vajrakilaya, the Terrat for Rerukas Yavyom, Sasu, and the 4 gatekeepers, the 60 Kalaya protectors, and the 28 Wancho goddess. I supplicate you to clear away outer and inner obstacles. The outer mandala manifests as the symbol like Vajrakilaya. The inner mandala is the perfect waking of channel and element as the deities. The sacred mandala is the perfect expression of the waking mind. May the numerous essence of presenting wisdom, awareness become manifest. Go to refuge page 8. In the deity, my own presenting wisdom, awareness, I take refuge. Intent on liberating wayfaring beings, I generate my awakening. Or the secret samaya pledge of the accomplishment of Vajrakilaya, I shall not more forsake even at the cost of my life. In the deity, my own experience, wisdom, awareness, I take refuge. Intent on liberating wayfaring beings, I generate the mind awakening. Or the secret samaya pledge of the accomplishment of Vajrakilaya, I shall not forsake even at the cost of my life. Rang la la chop sun je, roken zho war sim je do, bar chen zhe be dam zeng nam, so ge ser yang me dong o. Page 9. From within still emptiness, seven nature instinctively arise as glorious Vajrakilaya, king over earth, is blue black in color with one face, two hands, and rolling a purva, and wearing the glorious wrath for channel grown a condiment. Perched up in lotus and moon and the male and the female Ruda, with his right leg bent and the left extended in the ironic stance. Lamanas presents with a blazing mass of promoter wisdom fire. All appearance are the deity, all resounding sounds are the play of a mantra, all thoughts drawing within the clear light of Dharmata, undistracted and free of grasping, recite the mantra. Om Benza Kulaya Sarvam Bengani Bahombe Om Benza Kulaya Hombe 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 Om Benza Kulaya Om Benza Kulaya Hombe 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 Kulaya Hombe Om Benza 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 Kulaya Om Benza Kulaya Hombe 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 Tam ge du ji ya ji rui zhen zhong yin jie me de de jie bun jiang ba si jie len bo da wu ji be ge ya jie jia bi ya la zor wan de re dou jian jiang jian de lo na ro dam er bai me lai ji jie gan bo ba pa mo zhe bai jia wan ji gong bei ga ju la ma nam lai zor wan de Rome Jiji Yenje Bodang Ne Song Sang Je Genje Ngo Nye Ransan Jige Ngo Song Dong Zebe Zawe Lamme Jabla Zorwan De. Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Khenpo.
Okay, so we are page 115, right?
That's correct. Yes, the Bodhichitta Purba.
Okay. The Bodhichitta Purba. The third Purba is the Sanchok Semji Purva. The Bodhichitta Purva, which has three aspects. So the Tibetan here says Sanchok Semji Purva. The English usually same Bodhichitta Purva. So we already talked Kilaya compassion and symbolize Purva. So then this is the third one, Bodhichitta Purva, which has three aspects. So now is the point is this Purva teaching is all the all the teachings are subsumed into these Purva teachings. So generally, usually we think Purva means, practice sadhana, and they have so many musics and melodies, chanting, and then create a big, mandala shrine table, many dharma offerings. So gathering many people together, practice Purva. So that's usually people think that practice Purva. That's it's kind of we just seeing one part of practice Purva. This noise we sharing this teaching is actually essence of the Purva. When we practice sadhana, doesn't matter shorter sadhana, longer sadhana, and or practice like 1 day or 1 hour or 7 days drupchin. So whatever we practicing, where like shorter or longer, or we create lots of torma, shran tables, big offerings. So the point is need this essence of this practice. The essence is immeasurable compassion purva, and then bodhicitta purva. So recognize all this form appearance is symbolize, like we say, all the appearance is like become form of the Kalaya body, Purba. So that's the essence of the practice, main point. Usually we think about the bodhicitta, we don't think the Purba is like always think is wrath for, something special object. So truly the Purba is bodhicitta. Purba is protection. So bodhicitta is absolute true protection. That's why it's in this teaching sharing about the absolute truth, like inner level qualities, the Vajrakilaya Purva practice. So then this bodhicitta Purva, which has 3 aspects: outer, inner, and the secret. And also, see, Purva talk about the 4 Purvas. We talk about 4 Purvas, but each one has like outer, inner, secret levels. Each one has more details. Each one. So you study, practice only one this Purva. I mean the immeasurable compassion Purva, or symbolize the outer level, symbolize the Purva, or this is Bodhicitta Purva. One has everything together. So that's why in this Bodhicitta has outer, inner, and the secret. In its outer aspect, the Bodhicitta Purva is a compassion. It is the intention to reach the state of the absolute Vajrakilaya for the sake of all sentient beings. So that's the outer level Bodhicitta Purva. This outer level Bodhicitta is just, intention, different aspects, intention. Intention is, I wanted to reach the enlightenment, same as Vajrakilaya. So that's the intention, and also wanted to benefit others. I want to accomplish my own benefit, achieve the Vajrakilaya. I wanted to benefit for others. So they're kind of 2 aspects, aspirations together is called bodhicitta. So that aspect is
I think that Kempo's froze, as everyone can see, so we'll see if he can get back on. For anyone who's maybe just joined, Kempo's internet service dropped there, his data. So we're just waiting to see if he can reconnect. So thank you. We can maybe do some Vajrakilaya mantra as we're waiting for him to return to us.
Okay. Sorry about this, lost connections. Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes,
loud
we
and
can
clear.
hear Kempo.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you, Kempola.
Yes, Kempola.
So now, the inner Bodhichitta Purva is the aspect of considering other sentient beings as being equal with you and exchanging your own joy and happiness for their suffering. So the inner level practice of Purva is very similar actually Tongling meditation. So we exchanging our own happiness, joy for sharing for others. Then when we practice, inner level Bodhicitta Purva, so we have to recognize all these sentient beings has, equal with you, means like every sentient being has a nature. Every sentient being wants happiness. No one wanting suffering. So that's kind of, we understanding, and then exchange your own joy and happiness for other suffering. So we sharing our happiness for other beings. And this part is many, different also levels where practice the sharing our happiness, joy for others, for their suffering. So the when we does this practice, we have to recognize every single being wanting happiness. No one wants suffering. Same as us. Then also we understand doing like every sentient being has a nature. So same as our own like nature, and that's why these beings wanting happiness. We think, understand that way, and then can sharing our happiness for others, their suffering. You give your happiness to others and take on the miserable or uncomfortable conditions yourself. So it's a Tongling meditation. We only can practice through our mentally, this Tongling meditation. We, mentally meditating, taking other beings' suffering, and we giving, sending energy, love, compassion for other beings. So it's another special method to create love and compassion. So we just this way, like taking other beings' suffering, we giving our happiness to sending to others, sharing to others. So that's a very special method to create accumulation merit and purify our own karma. So then this very high level actually practice compassion. So not that easy to do this part. First we, taking other beings as suffering, we have to create our feeling, that beings are suffering, recognize. We create that same feeling. And then we can take, inhale with the breathe with inhale, the taking their suffering, also causes of suffering. Then we sending exhale, we sending love, compassion for them, and also we wishing them free from suffering, causes of suffering. So that method is very powerful, but it's very hard to apply too. And also we need something, condition for do this practice. When you see the people are suffering, then you use that object and inhale, taking that suffering into your, with inhale on your body. And then when you sending exhale, loving compassion to that person. So that's the generally practice we, this Tonglen meditation. Then this Tonglen go to more deeper level is different. More go up to deeper level Tonglen meditation. So we inhale is taking their suffering, causes of suffering, not only the suffering, causes of suffering is we taking in with the causes of suffering, grasping. We taking their other beings, causes of suffering is a self-grasping. We taking their causes of suffering, grasping, taking into our with the breath. Then we sending out, exhale is love, compassion, remove their causes of suffering, self-grasping, and they receive the love and the compassion. So that's the also way, another way to meditate or practitioners practice. Then highest level Tonglen meditation is Mahamudra. So recognize every being's same nature, same mind, no difference. So then stay in the, in the true nature, meditate and stay in the natural ripa. So that's the absolute truth. Usually, talk about Tonglen meditation or Mahamudra, absolute true level. So they have many different levels. Anyway, what we can do is in this practice, use this inner level practice Purva. So you see someone suffering or animals dying, people are dying. So we chant Manu Mantra, this Manu Mantra, like radiates, and sending to them. So this Manu Mantra has 6 syllables. 6 syllables has purifying 6 realms karmic imprints. We sending the like 6 syllable Manu Mantra to them, purify their 6 realms karmic imprints. And we meditate and visualizing, they're liberating. So that's the very easy, I think, like we can usually simple way to practice, because we see some, animals dying or dead, or people are dying. We can chant mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, chant mantra, and then sending the, like radiates to them to remove the negative karma. We wishing them free from suffering and meditate, liberate these beings. So that's the way we can do, simple way. Then you give your happiness to others and take on the miserable or uncomfortable conditions of yourself. That's the inner level Bodhichitta. The sacred Bodhichitta Purva used the Vajra body to attain enlightenment. The Vajra body to attain enlightenment is, we understand, recognize this, our body is emptiness. Our body is truly no exist. It is emptiness. So good way to think understanding is we think about the Heart Sutra, the form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Form is no other than emptiness. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. So that understand that way and then meditate. Body is truly no exist. It's emptiness. That is become called the Vajra form body. Because when we have another sadhana practice, Pema Sambhava sadhana, talk about Guru's body is Vajra. Guru's speech is Vajra, and Guru's mind is Vajra. So Vajra, the main point is emptiness, truly no exist inherently. That's why it's symbolized as Vajra. Our body is emptiness, then indestructible. So obstacle beings cannot harm for us. The reason is our body form is already Vajra. Vajra means, form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is no other than emptiness. So when you apply that meditative practice, then that is the sacred Bodhichitta Purva. Use the Vajra body attain enlightenment. Then by understanding the inner structure of the body, the display of the different channels, the movement of the veins, and the all pervasive nature of the essence elements, and by applying the techniques as instructed, you can revert the continuous supreme awareness. So this is another, usually Yadam deity practice, we talk about inner level practice. Then when you practice inner level, the structure of the body, our body, the display of different channels. So we have different kind of channels in our body. We have many chakras in our body. So then the movement of the veins. So we have veins. Vein is followed by the energy. Then this, body, channel, veins, and the all pervasive nature of essence element. And by applying the technique was instructed, so use this, our wing channels, the body, chakras. This part is a little harder to explain. So actually we talked many about offering part. We talk about inner level offerings. So that time, kind of we share this is like same, I think, just same inner level part offering. So when you practice the inner level body, the vein channel, our chakras is impure. So the use, the practice is become rapid channels. And the vein, this all rapiding is created our enlightened being's body. So that part is called usually in Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist also talk about the secret thing. The secret means like, not that easily way to sharing many this inner level body exercise and using this energy to create awareness, wisdom, because sometimes like meditator practitioners attach to the body's energy or like your practice experience. So long as you attach to that and then become that is the obstacle to the enlightenment. So that very easily can be happening because we use this our chakra and the wing, also the channels, the practice that and using that, you can gain some body quality or power. So you use that, and then for others, and become you create ourselves is ego, and then other also, other like followers also attach to that, the expectation to that. So then that is can be obstacle to the enlightenment. So that's why this inner level part usually, is channel, wing, this chakra movement, this impure is using, create, our body create is for different display of the Buddha's form body. They don't much share. So the reason I just talked to you can be obstacle to the enlightenment. So also Jigten Songgon mentioned about in the Gonjek, the wing and the chakra channels, this using cannot be enlightenment. He said that part also not something special for Buddhist practitioners, that or different other religion also has. So why he said that, I think in that time, during the Jigten Songgon time, many people want to use this energy level practice. So he recognized if they use that, they can be attached to that. And if they are attached to that, then can be obstacle. So to the enlightenment. Using this part is really great for in this life, but still this practice cannot taken to the enlightenment. That's the reason in many high-level meditator who has very strong compassion practitioners, when they guide student, share the teaching, so they always recommend 4 thoughts meditation, very strongly recommend 4 thoughts meditation practice, because as long as have a 4 thoughts meditation practice, then they're no longer attached to, our body's quality, and no longer attached to temporary power, temporary gaining some quality. So they're only seeking to the liberation, enlightenment. That's why the teacher, many master who wanted to help for student focus enlightenment, they share mostly teachings focus for the 4 thoughts meditation and create a love compassion. So then you can use our body, can use like very simple way to use our body for the inner level practice. Inner level practice, very simple way to use, like other Vajrakilaya sadhana, they talk about our bone, blood, and flesh. This 3 is representative anger, ignoring, attachment. So the thing that we visualize, meditate, and using our this 3 focusing is offering to the enlightened beings. So using negative energy create the positive energy, or create the positive very powerful accumulation merit. So this 3 focusing is a causes of samsara. Inner level practice use this 3 focusing is representative our bone, blood, flesh, offering to Vajrakilaya enlightened wrath for beings. So then symbolize also, we have 2 skull cups and the torma, red and red, and then white, and then torma. So representative body's essence. body's essence is red and white drops. So the essence, then our body offering to the enlightened being. So use that method, inner level practice, then go into the sacred level Mahamudra practice, can focus enlightenment. So they don't focus that much, I think, strongly inner level, using this Wayne chakra drops, control and create a body quality. So that's I understand. Maybe I didn't. Maybe my can be misunderstood because they don't share much this inner level. Even sharing also, they're very simple way sharing because they're when the teachers share, student can be attached to that kind of qualities, experience. So then they can be also use that to mislead, use power for the student. So then they create obstacle, their own practitioner, and create obstacle for followers. That's why they're very careful part of section. Focus the enlightenment, then even you don't know, just simple, like our body and the part of this, or just what I share can offering, then that is the good way to, understand. Then you can review the continuous supreme awareness. So use this body, channel, wing, and create the reward the continuous supreme awareness, actually realize the true nature, and have to use that inner level practice, have to get absolute true bodhicitta, or we have to realize the Mahamudra. But if the practitioner can be, attached to inner level practice, then obstacle to realize the, supreme awareness. Then, for example, by clearly knowing the essential nature and the movement of the red and the white elements, and how they are part of dualistic concepts, they can be united with the wing energy and dissolve in the center channel. So here sharing a little bit. There's that here also not sharing that much. Here said the for example. For example means like very simple way, kind of like I just talked. But clearly knowing the essential nature. So we have to know absolute true or sacred level bodhicitta, essential nature. We have to realize absolute true nature and the movement of the, so then we have to use this method. What are we using? And the movement of the red and the white elements. So red is a representative female and white is representative male, the elements, and how they are part of dualistic concepts. So this, can be dualistic concepts. This also can help to recognize non-draw concepts. I mean, the concept could be wrong. Non-draw kind of experience. So that's why if someone not attached to this, using this practice, they can be realized more fast, more powerful, because using this energy and their, special method, they have a very fear is like joy, I think, bliss, is a experience. So ordinary beings become attached to that. Realize the practitioner meditators use that energy, recognize absolute true nature. So I think that's why here sharing is that they can be united with the wing energy and dissolving in the central channel. The practice of the sacred bodhicitta purva is also known as Tummo practice. So this sacred bodhicitta is here says part of the Tummo practice too. Whether or not you use physical movement with that meditation, the dualistic concepts are transmitted in the central channel within great bliss, emptiness. This is sacred bodhicitta purva. So I think this one is a very important section. So even with using like inner level, this body, movement, talk about the channels and when the dualistic, concept are transmitted in the center channel. So dualistic conceptual is dissolving to, here says the center channel within great bliss, emptiness. Dualistic conceptual thoughts dissolving center channel is kind of like, my understanding is dissolving into own nature rigpa. So we don't need to think about one channel specifically, exist something. I think center channel, then this, this all dualistic dissolving into our nature rigpa. That, great bliss emptiness then arises when dualistic conceptual is dissolved. You recognize non-drawer, then you have this great bliss and emptiness. So it's very powerful, I think, special, own experience, bliss experience. This is sacred bodhicitta purva. So that's a part is sacred bodhicitta. Then bodhicitta also same is just we share yadam deity practice. Relative to bodhicitta is ultra level bodhicitta. So relative to the bodhicitta, we receive the bodhicitta vow, and we wanted to achieve enlightenment. Reason is wanted to benefit for others. So that's called relative to the bodhicitta. When we talk the bodhicitta vow, we must have to have that intention. So that's called relative to the bodhicitta. And this relative to the bodhicitta then goes like aspiring bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta. So I talked the last week, I think, aspiring, wanting to do and wanted to practice spiritual, and that engages you are into the practice. So you doing the action, so engaging bodhicitta. That part is auto level where Vajrakilaya, here auto level Vajrakilaya purva. Inner level Vajrakilaya bodhicitta purva is then more focus for the yadam deity practice and the generation stage. So this our impure bodies transformed to the Buddha's form body. So then, of course, we create all this our wing and the channel chakra is the all this wrath for deity and the peace for deity emanations. They all impure is rapid and creating that conditions. So it's inner level practice. The absolute true bodhicitta is realize, our own nature and reduce dualistic is be in the non-door states. So that's absolute true the bodhicitta, sacred level bodhicitta. So now we go to the fourth one, the awareness wisdom purva. The fourth type of purva is the Rigpa Yishi purva. Rigpa Yishi purva is awareness wisdom purva. So the awareness wisdom purva or continuous spring awareness klaya, it is the final state. By practicing on the purvas of compassion, substantial existing, and bodhicitta. So this first three level Purva practice, then the final goal is to actualize absolute Purva states. So this, the last right now, awareness, wisdom, Purva is the goal. The other three is path. This, Purva is here is talk about awareness, wisdom, provides the goal, reach the accomplishment. So that's why final goal is to actualize absolute Purva state. The awareness, wisdom provides one's own pro-model wisdom. This teaching is followed by Dzogchen teaching. Here is to talk about the awareness, wisdom, Purva. Awareness, wisdom provides Dzogchen and the Mahamudra teaching. So now we understand all this Purva teaching has subsumed to all the Buddha's teaching, different levels. So now this last one is this supreme awareness or pro-model. Wisdom is all pervasive and does not have any categories, distinctions, or regimentation. So the talk about this absolute truth or the awareness, wisdom, Purva, it is pro-model wisdom. So pro-model wisdom is does not have any categories. Like category, same as the Bodhichitta, we talk about author, inner, and the secular level Bodhichitta. That kind of way cannot divide it in this supreme awareness Purva. So here, there are also distinctions, no distinctions, or regimentation. All those notions are transmitted into the pervasive nature of mind of the Buddhas. So, aging with different aspects, different qualities is already actually beyond the different than other three Purva what we talked, because this is the true nature Purva, absolute truth. That's why its notions are transmitted, means like we are already in the transcending dualistic conceptual into pervasive nature of mind of the Buddhas. The famous Dzogchen master Shri Singha talked that the minds of sentient beings are broken into many pieces, but the Buddha's mind is all pervasive. I think it's really performed, these words, short instruction. So our mind is broken into many pieces because we have so many thoughts, so much dualistic conceptual. So that's the reason we can say so many pieces. So mind is followed by different object. Then fixation to different object, grasping to the different kind of object. So that's why all sentient beings' minds are, broken into many pieces. But in the Buddha's mind, is always pervasive, means all the time in the non-dual states, only oneness. So no dualistic conceptual. No, the Buddha's mind is no needed to follow by, no fixation followed by like car, house, rocks, mountains, different object, already beyond that. So they don't follow by any object specifically. That's why Buddha's mind is all pervasive. Recognize everything's the same nature, same. So when we go to the sleep and when we have a dream, so many delusions in the dream. So the dreaming, the mind is so many pieces. Wake up, all these dream delusions gone. So then it's we can say like the mind is become only one. It's all pervasive. Our minds are fragmented. When we look in one direction, we see some things, but not everything. Even we listen, we hear some songs, but not all of them. Our mind is the point is limited. The reason is here. See, when we look in one direction, so we see something. So we cannot see every directions. Only we can see one directions. But even we look to one direction, we cannot see everything. But not everything. Then also when we listen, we hear some songs. We hear only one song to focus. That moment we cannot hear other songs. So the mind is a fixation to one song. You hear only that songs. You cannot hear other songs. When your mind is a fixation to one object, you seeing only that object. You cannot see other object. So that's why our minds are fragmented. But not all of them we can hear song. We do not have a completely awareness wisdom. So that's clearly recognized. We don't have absolute truth wisdom because we, focus one and then other whatever we don't going on, we don't recognize. The awareness wisdom provides beyond both grasping at existing and grasping into non-existence. So here, sharing is the awareness Purba, is Rikpa, Yishi Purba, actually is awareness wisdom is called Rikpa, Tibetan. The Purva is beyond both. Beyond both means beyond two extremes. Grasping at existence. So we all sentient beings grasping existing object and grasping at no existence. So same is like we have a birth, we have a death. We have existing object, then also we have no existing. We say, oh, this no exist, or these objects exist. We have this dualistic thought. The renowned Dzogchen master Garab Dorje said that clinging to existing things is somewhat stupid, but clinging to no existing things is really stupid. So anyway, like we are stupid. We are strongly clinging fixation to the existing things. But clinging to also non-existing things is really stupid. In fact, he linked that to being even more stupid than a cow. What does a cow mean? C-O cow. Fly, the bird.
Cow, the one that gives milk, Kempo.
Oh, cow, I see. In fact, he linked that to being even more stupid than a cow means. Cow is like usually example is more ignorant beings. because they don't really knowing much, only just focus for eating grass, you know, they have a more kind of a dormant and more ignorant. So the Garab Dorje, the main point, our human beings, we think we are very clever, but he say we are, this also our human beings, same as the cows, because the reason is existing things, we are attached to non-existing things. So we is the main point of human beings, we are crazy. In the wisdom state. So it's like, think about in the dreaming, we are fixation, we are attached to in the dream object, you know. Same is like realizes, recognize right now our fixation in the delusions. So we think our you know, clinging to object is the truth for us. We think we are right, but comparing to realizes, we are wrong, not right. So same as dreaming, you know, someone wake up, watch the dreaming person. Dreaming person is a fixation to so many objects, grasping to object, due to that extremely suffering. But who waking up person, they recognize that person was just suffering, crazy, stupid, right? Same as a cow, because nothing is there, but he's just dreaming, he's a delusion. So this is the same for ordinary beings' perception. In the wisdom states, every aspect or dualistic notion is completely dissolved. So in the wisdom state, absolute truth state, or in the non-dual state, every aspect or dualistic notion is completely dissolved. Like clouds that have disappeared into the sky. So when we have become Buddha, then our dualistic notion is completely dissolved. But think about when you really knows how to meditate, you recognize your own nature. You are into your own nature states. In that moment, you know, every aspect dualistic notions are completely dissolved. So we can feel that, you know, even we don't have used to, I mean, strong kind of a karmic imprints, even we don't have that, but you hear these teachings, you meditate, practice, you recognize your own nature, you are into your own nature. In that moment, we can feel, you know, all these different kind of aspect, dualistic notions are completely dissolved. So that moments, we are actually Buddha, because Buddha is recognize our own nature, right? So if you recognize your own nature, in that moment, you are Buddha. When you deluded your mind, so that moment you are samsaric beings. So which is, we have more karmic imprint habituate. We have this samsaric delusion has more karmic imprint, more delusion, more pattern, strong. It's kind of very strong, you know, solid, tight for us. That's why very hard to go into non-dual, you know, states. So if we can get into 5 minutes one day, example, into this non-dualistic notions, I mean, that non-dualistic states, if we can be 5 minutes, in that moment, we every day 5 minutes, we are Buddha. So that kind, you know, that kind, we habituate or recognize, we have to create strong in the strong. Then we can this dualistic is being purified. See, like the clothes that even disappear into the sky. So all these clothes is dissolved into the sky. Same, when you are really into your own natural states, all your thoughts, all emotions completely dissolved. So that moment, you also recognize how powerful that, and you into your own nature state. It's like you get your own experience. We meditate, even you meditate 1 hour, get into non-dualistic, the state could be very hard. Even you meditate 1 hour, could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, can be in that state. So easily, came dualistic, the take off from the non-dual states, because we not used to in that state. If you are used to in that state, then all your thoughts, emotions naturally dissolved. Once our notions and grasping have completely dissolved, then promoter person cognition is revealed. Okay, once our notions and grasping have completely dissolved, then promoter person cognition is revealed. That is the Rigpa Yishi Purba. So that practice is called Rigpa Yishi Purba. That is the Dzogchen meditation. We can be, any second, we can, this is our notion grasping, and completely we can dissolve. Because any second, like you really into your nature, any second, you can release all this grasping thoughts, grasping, and have a completely dissolved. Then promote person cognitions revealed. That is called Rigpa Yishi Purba. So Rigpa Yishi Purba is the point, the essence is our nature mind. So we share so many already Dzogchen meditation teachings. Nothing different than that. So its hardest is the maintaining our practice. This Rigpa Yishi Purba is maintaining is most hardest one. When you hear the teaching, I think, and you receive the teaching, you can understand, not that hard and difficulty. So then when we meditate, maintain that what we understand, through the teaching, then that is really hard. When you wanted to meditate, so also meditation has different levels. Our meditations can be shamatha, can be, shamatha also have many different kind of levels. So can be any this shamatha meditation level, or can be mindful meditations. Can be our meditation is generation stage meditations. So into the nature Rigpa, Yishi Purba, is very hard. Even we meditated 1 hour. So go into that level is very hard. If you got into that level, into that Rigpa Yishi, then that moments, all this grasping and emotion, thoughts are completely dissolved. Same as the sunshine. That's why the Mahamudra realization is the same as the sunshine. So when you realize is we can realize every moment. Same as we can be deluded every moment. Generally, teaching talk about realize means when it's enlightenment. But in this case, long as you have this teaching, then our case, we have to say, because this teaching is very high level, Mahamudra Dzogchen means. Long as you receive that teaching, then realization is we cannot think about enlightenment when we have become Buddha, right? We can become Buddha each moment. So you you really knows what means Buddha. The Buddha is, once our notions and grasping have completely dissolved, that is Buddha, right? So that we can have any moment, long as you use this practice method. The Dzogchen Mahamudra meditation, actually, I don't think they call, enlighten is like 3-4 lifetimes enlightenment talk about. The talk about enlightenment is, I think it's just each moment, when you are into the natural states. You're really into your own natural states, then you don't have thoughts, emotions, you don't have grasping fixations, you don't have dualistic, delusions. So then that time, your mind is a promoter. That moment your mind is a persistent cognition, then it's you revelate, you discover that nature. So that moment you are Buddha already. Then we can go back again easily, samsara again deluded, because we're used to that direction. Very hard to stay in the non-door states. So I think you get your own experience when you really meditate, Mahamudra Dzogchen, when we're into the natural states. So that moment we fear is different and recognize, our own experience. It's known that moment is like no thoughts, no emotions, completely gone. So our mind is very pure and clear, recognize own nature. I think that here is this PowerPoint finish. I thought we have a longer, but no longer. So we finish it there. And then go to this sadhana. Tomorrow I shared, tomorrow I'm going to share this one and this part of the another, his from this Purbas sadhana has called the song of the Mara destroying Vajra, a supplication to the general Vajrakilaya lineage of the oral transmission and revealed treasures. So tomorrow we go through this song of the Mara destroying Vajra. This talk about all these 4 purposes and also more clearly also too another way. So when I was in Arizona with Garchen Rinpoche, I talked with him. I'm sharing this Vajrakilaya teaching. So which kind I'm using and talking about the discussion with him. So he asked me share this first, this sadhana part. So then I'm going to share with you tomorrow on that part. Today we're going to finish it there and also do this continue practice. So I thought we have longer PowerPoint today. It's good, it's not that long. I have refuge Saramane 12 o'clock and then also I'm in the nature. I have to enjoy here. So go to the sadhana page 12. Om Vajrakilaya home, Om Vajrakilaya home. 11, sorry, 11. Om Vajrakilaya, Om Vajrakilaya, Om Vajrakilaya, Om Vajrakilaya. The Achi prayer. Today we chant this Achi Tibetan. Ngô san nang ngôi yếm lan zo jing tham do rarba ser me ke ja ke shar je san ye be trung go dang yong be da nye mar bo shar de zor da me ye be sik som yom yom si dar den ka den pa la jene se chu nang gu jen dom na dong ro si a chi che dong kor dang che ba la Solon chudong asoro tudang kang Nenze renzen jibe ka yin dang Tata nam jura dage ta le Nam yang mendan chen le nye de long Che paran drigong ka ju ten ban de Non zen chung gen yong zen gen ba dang Gen den den na tong ten chen zang shen Jin da zona nga tang jirwa je Samdu mali nyordan reparan zu jarwe teng song te den wa mo je rum cho pa yin yong we tam ze jin a chi che zhong kor dang je ba la so long chu don 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 ken zhom zu. Go to page 16. Within scorecard, perceive of the sphere of Dharmata. The entirety of all appearance of samsara and nirvana are laid out as the Ganachara phase. With Ramya and come scorch, scatter and cleansing. With on are and home purify, increase and transform. Ramya can on are home. So this soul offering I go to outside is like very beautiful. Universal. So we offering soul Ganachara. What do you think? Are you okay? That's Do you see the views?
Yes, Kempo, it's beautiful.
Okay. Nobody, only myself. All this universe that is I know. Again, 16. Within scorecard vessel of sphere of Dharmata, the entire of all appearance of samsara and nirvana are laid out as the Ganachara phase. Within Ramyam and come scorcha, scatter and cleansing. With on and hong purify, increase and transform. Ramyam ka on hong, Ramyam ka on hong, Ramyam ka on hong. This unsurpassed supremely sacred offering. That is myriad rays of light of the five promoter, and is superbly adorned with the five desirable objects of the senses. In accordance with your Samaya pledge, accept this offering, please. Mahangana Taka Punja Kahe. Attending assembly of servants, obedient ones, and messengers. Please enjoy this Dharma offering of reminder. Clear away all discordant factors that obstruct accomplishment and bring forth all the favorable conditions to accomplish all that is desirable. So next page. Home in the oneness of Buddhahood, the universe, unwavering equal nature. The dreaming of appearance marked with the characteristic of any negativity as is non-existent. but transcending grasping to all dualistic distinctions. Delight fully in this offering of great equality, Mahapunzaho. Utterly savage your wrath demeanor, where anything peaceful means cannot bring about this beneficial change. Such wrathful embodiment of Sugata manifests enlightening acts. To the Vajra activity of gathering and emanating are offered praise. May all Vijayadhara knowledge holders of Dorje Juna accomplish Kalaya of existence. May all the Vajrakilaya deity of appearing phenomena accomplish Poromodo wisdom Heruka. Om Vajrakilaya Savaside Pala Hong. The appearance of deity without dissolving and free from fixation is released into equality of dharmata, the play of all appearance and the concept of six sources. Arise as the pro-model wisdom of awareness emptiness. By this virtue and by all the excellent deeds of the past, present, and the future, may the mind streams of all beings perceive as space be true, be completely fruition, and through all beings realizing themselves as inseparable from the principal deity. May the mandala of self-appearance be actualized. Within the single expression of the constant activity of the great glorious one Vajrakilaya. True enlightened compassion means all malevolent spirits of the three realms of existing are tamed. Within inconceivable marvelous deeds aimed to tame in whatever ways needed. May the auspiciousness of our conqueror Vajrakumara be present. Om Vajrakilaya Hong Pe, 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 Om Vajrakilaya Hong Om Vajrakilaya Hong Be, Om Vajrakilaya Hong, Om Vajrakilaya Hong Be. Thank you very much. Tashidele, everyone.
Dujichi Kempola.
Gracias.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempola.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kempo.
Thank you,
Thank
Kempo.
you,
Thank
Kempo.
you,
Thank you.
Sule.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Kempola, may I ask a question?
For you, beautiful Peru.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
thank you,
Thank
Kempola.
you,
Thank
Kempo.
you, Kempo.
Thank you.
Kempola, can I
Thank
ask
you,
you a question?
Kempola. Thank you, Kempo.
Ocean is very short, Laming.
Yeah, very short. I just want to ask, when you were talking about the stage, you were just talking about, and is it possible not attained by meditation? Just suddenly you have that realization of freedom.
Yuri, come here.
Is that possible to attain not through meditation?
What means?
You were talking about that the stage of Pova with something like that, and you said that after meditation, and you attain that stage, and then, but I just wonder, is it possible without the meditation you can attain the kind of stage?
Of course.
Sorry about Laming, I didn't get the stairs.
Okay, next time I will ask you again. Okay, you can go. Sorry, bye bye. Thank you. Just share, Kempola.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempola. Thank you. So
Thank
beautiful
you very
there.
much.
Thank you.